rarely we see that those flights. We do not get any news from home what is happening that side. But still, together with the people, we tried how can we save lives instead of thousands of dying? How can we bring them back to life? And that's what, with me, the other sisters, Sister Miriam Kalifulla from Kerala, Sister Teresa Manakaraya from Kerala, Sister Josephine Pereira from Kerala, Sister Celestina Pova from Northeast India, that we together tried our level best to eradicate that misery and from poverty, how we can do whatever we can to help these people. We opened the dispensaries, we opened primary schools, we taught the people how to cultivate the little land that they have because they have plenty of land. They are not able to cultivate. Why they could not cultivate? Because most of the places there is landmines, or when the people were to cultivate, there is no security and safety. The soldiers, they will go, young girls, young women, they will rape. So the vast land is wasted without cultivation. And without cultivation, the poverty will never go. People will not have the food to eat. Most of the people depended completely the aid that is coming from outside, food aid, through the baby and through the church. So our work was almost always distributing food. Can I continue speaking or I answer those who are raising the hand?
Maybe I understood, sister. You can continue, please.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Say, yes, yes, you are audible. You are audible, sister. You can continue.
And yes, you are audible. Okay, thank you. And with this, we tried our level best to do all what we can. And through our prayers, through the intercession, speaking with the people, finally, in 2005, a comprehensive peace agreement was signed between the North and the South. In the South, we have SPLA, Sudan People's Liberation Army, who are fighting with North Sudan government. And John Garang was the leader of SPLA. And he has signed the peace agreement. It is called Comprehensive Peace Agreement. And with that, for 5 years, there was no fight. During these 5 years, the UN came and helped the people, and they were asked for referendum to sign whether Sudan will remain as one or it has to be divided. And 99% of the people voted for independence. And thus, 2011, South Sudan was formed as a new country, the 134th country in the UN list and 195th country in the world. And since then, people start working to develop the South Sudan. It was a very nice time. So far, we have no road, but at least a Maram road was made into between the peace agreement time and 2011. A road through which people could go from one state to another. Not tarmac road, it's just a mud road. But this peace agreement or peace time did not last very long. 2013, there was a big war between President of South Sudan and Vice President of South Sudan. The President of South Sudan had Dinka group who was with him, and Vice President had Nuer group. And the soldiers divided into two, and a big fight broke out in the capital of South Sudan, that is in Juba. And that fight, very many factions joined them, both the groups, and it ended on in 2018, where they signed the peace, and a Holy Father, Pope Francis, came and requested both the Prince and the South Vice President kissing their feet to stop the war. And they invited Pope Francis last this month. He had come to South Sudan again asking to continue with a peaceful environment and reconcile. Because from the Pope, we knew, all of us we know, unless the war is stopped, the poverty will continue. Because people are not able to continue with their lives as normal lives. Always fight, running from place to place, leaving everything, their homes, their places, reaching the refugee camp or IDP camps, living there, not able to cultivate, not able to do any other work. So the first thing to have eradication of poverty is to stop the war, stop the fight. And that is what all of us we are trying, requesting the civil authority, requesting the military, speaking with the people, together with the church, to stop the war, reconcile, forgive each other, and come back. Let us live together. And today we are having a peaceful time, though some parts of the country still there is the tribal fight or clan fight, but as a whole there is peace. Now we as religious, as Mary Health Association, we are trying our level best to make use of this time to make for the people to live, at least to have their basic needs to be met in their life. As I told you, it's not poverty in South Sudan, it is misery. And you will be surprised. It's not because there is no money in South Sudan. In South Sudan, we have a lot of gold, oil, different type of minerals, and a very vast land which is very fertile for agriculture. But so far, very little things are explored or made use of taking it. And the little oil is sending, the money is misused by the top people. So again, the people remain in poverty. We try with our group, with some allies, with some goodwill people, to teach very many farmers how to cultivate. The UN had done a very good job of demining all the mines that was in the land. So the land is free from mines. So people are able to cultivate. A lot of security is there, and since it is only South Sudan soldiers, the women are more secure. They are not raped in most of the places. So they can also walk freely. They can also go to the field. They can cultivate. We provide seeds, tools, teach them. We teach, we teach them. We teach them training, how to cultivate using the ox plow or tractor and vast lands we are cultivating together with the people. And now the people are learning to cultivate and they have food in their homes. We have opened almost 40 primary schools together with the government, and we are providing midday meal for them. At the same time, we are teaching the children how to cultivate, how to have school garden. And through the school garden, the children also do little weeding, little work what they can. Not overwork, but the main work is done by their parents. So from the same garden, they are able to cultivate and get their food for them. And when they cultivate like that, we have also help from other people and we give them little money. So they are encouraged to work more and more. And the women at large, the education or literacy of South Sudan is less than 20%. So majority of the women do not know to read and write, but they can always learn a skill. So we teach them either tailoring or crafts work, soap making, um, and different type of varieties. So some they have a very good artistic talents in them. So we teach them for drawing or making animals, crafts work, gardens, and so on. And these people they make empowering the women and they get money. So they are able to send their children to school to buy clothes for their children and to have meal in their homes. Today, majority of the villages we are working, more than 60 villages we are working, around 5,000 families, especially women-led families, they have food to eat at least 2 meals a day. They are able to send their children to school. They have a home, not with the concrete homes, but with the grass and the mud. They make their homes on their own hands and they have a place to sleep. And this is how we are to eradicate poverty from South Sudan. When we teach many people the value of work, they are teaching and spreading. When people see this small group of people, they have everything what they need for life. Other people are coming forward, wanting to learn how to cultivate, to do certain, how to do small business, and so on. People are encouraged. So all what we need to eradicate poverty from South Sudan and really to have a poverty-free world in South Sudan. What we need is to stop poverty completely. We are also trying, apart from making them self-sufficient with the cultivation and other things, to educate the children so that the children can get better livelihood experience when they are educated and they can work for more peaceful world instead of fighting world. They can bring peace among speaking with their parents, speaking with their uncles who are not educated and wanting to fight all the time. So through children, we are hoping to reach out to have a fight-free South Sudan. Another thing in South Sudan is people suffer a lot from different type of diseases. Malaria is very common. So many people die, especially children of malaria. In the beginning, we had only the health center which was run by us, but now other NGOs came in. Many people are, we have many hospitals as well as many health centers and health units. But one of the best hospitals which we built in Western Baragasal state in Wow is known as Mary Health Maternal and Child Friendly Hospital because maternal death is very high, the highest in the world in South Sudan. So we are training midwives, training nurses, and through them we are conducting deliveries, doing antenatal checkups, visiting houses, helping the mothers to have a safe delivery. So every month we have 100 to 200 deliveries safely conducted by our trained midwives and nurses. And also in the hospital, we try to treat many children who are very seriously ill. We have 150 bed capacity and almost always all the beds are full. Again, in other places, cleft palate, cleft lips are just common. If any child is having it, just they go to hospital, they do the operation, things are all right. But in South Sudan, we do not have doctors who are doing or repairing the cleft palate or cleft lip surgeries. So many young women, men, children, they are with the cleft lip and cleft lips, cleft palates. What we are doing is we ask the doctors, generous doctors, who are willing to come and do these operations freely. So in our hospital, we set out operation theater and the place for these people to sleep. We bring from the various villages the young people, children, adults, and these doctors. They do the repairing of cleft lip and cleft palate, and then we see beautiful smile on their face because many years they had been isolated from their society. Mothers were humiliated because they had a child with a cleft lip. Children were not able to go to school because others were making fun of them. But today, many of them are in a very good shape and they are very happy. Every year, two times, two times a year, we are doing this operation for 100 to 200 children. A doctor's team of seven, they come and they do the operations in a day, 20 or 30, and a good number are going. Just this week, we finish a big group of children. November again, we start. So, two times a year, we continue doing this operation. Another thing, in South Sudan, we do not have any good doctors to do major surgeries. Many people are suffering from many types of surgical problems. Again, in the world, there are so many doctors who are ready and willing to do operations free of charge. So this type of doctors who are generous, they come as a group and we bring the patients together and each surgical mission, which is lasting 2 weeks, they do operations for 300, 400, 500 patients. And these are also in the world, there are people who want to make their services available for the most downtrodden people. This is also part of eradicating poverty because no doctors, no possibilities to have a hospital is part of poverty. But here, generous doctors, generous nurses, generous anesthetics coming, saving, taking their time and giving for others. And in South Sudan, it's a big blessing that doctors who are coming without looking for money, only to give service. The poverty eradication, there are many volunteers. From my experience, we have very many of them came from Kerala. We have young people who belong to Jesus Youth. We have young people who belong to different religions, Muslims, Hindus, and Christians. They come, some they come for 2 years, others for 1 year, others for 3 months. They come with their talents to train the people of South Sudan because South Sudanese are deprived of everything. And some of them train the teachers, some they teach in the primary schools, some they help the nurses in the nursing skills, some they help in the hospital, put right the things, some they help in the accounting, some to teach agriculture, some to give skills, some in the well-being, and many little things, big and small. Those who can have professional educational background, the others with small skills but with their experience, they do come here. In the last 35 years, very many came and helped me to eradicate poverty from South Sudan. And these are all great achievements for us. Today, if you come 35 years back, what is South Sudan? And today, what is South Sudan? That's a big difference. And if we continue like this, with the more people's help, we are sure so much of help we can give to these people. And we can make them self sufficient. I am not speaking about making them always slaves. No, teach them something. Because we teach them primary school, they come to the nursing school, they become a nurse, they get a job, they have something to do. Midwives, we train them. So after that, we don't give. They can live. They are freed from their deprivation. At the same way, we are training them because our solution life, Don Bosco said, do not give fish, but teach them how to catch fish. Okay, we need to give fish when people are hungry in their desperate moment because we need to give them strength. And we can't stop with that. We have to teach them how to catch fish so that they can continue living always. And that is what we are doing here. We keep them in the emergency situation. We reach out with the relief. But soon we teach them something so that they can continue living and having the food for their life. So, if we want a poverty-free world, first we need peace in our homes, in our society, and in the world now. Once the fight is gone, peace is there. People are able to give and take, share what they have. So the rich shares what they have. Poor shares their working skills with the rich, and everyone is able to live, and the poverty will be gone from the world. So forgiveness, reconciliation, and peace, which will bring eradication of poverty from the world, together with hard work. And I think if you want to ask me more questions, or if you want to say something, or you want to comment, you are most.
Thank you so much, sister, for your insightful words. I guess all these are little advices or little lessons we get in our older classes. But to put them into action, we need to have the right mindset. So that is what I clearly get from your message. So let's all work together for making this world a more peaceful one, thereby making it a poverty-free world. So I guess let's move on to our question and answer sessions. Is there any questions anyone would like to ask? You could either unmute yourself or please post your questions in your chat box if you're having any network issues.
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
There is some disturbance. Sorry for the inconvenience. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So let me first thank you, sister, for sharing your activities you have been conducting over there in South Sudan. And it is actually remarkable. Yeah, in India, actually, we are not facing that kind of poverty, but the situation is totally different over there. We can understand from your experience sharing and the activities you are conducting over there, and the invitation you have already given to us to come over there to give a 1 month volunteer service. We have taken it in a serious way, definitely. And I shared that invitation with my students. And the problem is, we have to raise the money. That is the one obstacle that comes in front of us. But definitely, we will work on it and we'll try to come over there. So, this is our duty, I hope. And I believe that we are privileged to get good education, good living standard, and it's our duty to give what we have, like the education or the skills, to the people who required. So, and this lecture series from the day 1 to day 6 actually focusing on how we can make this place a beautiful one to each and everyone in the world. So let me thank you, sister, for sharing all these things. I hope the students are ready with the questions now.
Sister, you have already spoke about the poverty conditions in Sudan, but when we talk about India, I guess the main thing that people can do is donate money, like the rich sharing their resources with the poor. But recently, we have been hearing news where there are fake people coming for asking donations. So that makes people, when these news circulate, that makes things hard. Like when a person directly approaches, we feel like, is this like a true source? Such questions come to our mind. So, what do you think that is the least thing as a student or as an unemployed person we can do ourselves, towards making an poverty free world? Like the basic or such things.
A small thing, as I have told to Alina, the best thing that you can do is to share your talents with the people who are deprived here. Now, as I told already, I had put an invitation if some of you could come over here. Now, one of the obstacles that is there, how to get the money for transport or flight charge. If any one of you, you can select among you a few people and collect the little money and buy the ticket. So you can come here and what you have, you can give to the people. I don't mean to give the money food, but education. Maybe to train the teachers or train the children, train the nurses, give them value education, or even other educational activities like workshops, meetings, leadership skills, because you have a lot of things in India. I know in Kerala, so many things are there, but here we do not have anything. When you come, you will understand the poverty of the people here. It's not always money, but deprived of many other things in their life. So, among you, if you can gather together, send few people continuously. It will be a great thing if you can do it.
Thank you for your answer, sister. We'll definitely work on that. Thank you so much.
Anand,
Yes,
did
yes.
I answer you?
Yes, yes, sister, yes.
Uh, Sister, I have a doubt. When the people from other countries coming over there for the service, will the language is a barrier? How we can communicate to the poor people over there?
No. Here, here, the majority of the teachers, children in the school, they speak English. And then the village people, the teachers or the students of the school, they will translate. So language is not a barrier.
Okay, thank you, sister. So, students, please move on with the questions or the doubts. If you have anything, any clarifications you required from Sister Gracie, please feel free to ask.
Students, did you hear me talking? No response from your side, or you didn't understand what I spoke?
Here also the problem with the network system, maybe it will take some time to unmute their mics, or maybe they will give the questions through the chat box. Sister, can I ask you one more doubt? Like, is there any problems because of the terrorist group over there? Since whether there is poverty, definitely the people, the terrorism we can see along with this. So, can you just explain what kind of that problems you are facing over there?
Hello.
Connection point.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you were audible, I guess.
Sister, have you heard my question? I have a doubt.
This,
Ah,
did you hear me?
yes, sister. Now we can hear you. We can understand the network issues, but no issues in that. We can understand totally. I just want to know whether have you heard my question or not. Hello. Network is unstable over there. I think. We'll wait more time patiently. For the past 2 days, they don't have the network. The Wi-Fi was very down over there. So by today only it is a bit better. So I think again the issues is going on over there. So we'll wait for the sister's reply. Yes, sir.
Over.
Hello, Hanan. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Right here.
I think the network issue is severe over there. Sister just left the meeting, I think. We'll wait whether she can join back or not.
Sure, ma'am. We'll wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the message from there that they're having a network issue.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so this is, guys, I just want to explain to my or to share to my students that this is what happening in other countries, especially the countries having the very they are actually facing the dark phase of poverty. So when we are seeing all these things, we should get to know how blessed we are, right? So we have, even we are also facing the network issues and all, but there it is actually unimaginable. Yeah. And the sister used to explain her works over there, her NGO works, how they are conducting all the things and all. Yeah. And if you have any doubts regarding the works, or if you want to know more about the South Sudan activities or their peoples and all, you can please to ask, because this kind of people we will get once in a blue moon, I would say. Yeah. So don't need to feel any hesitations. Please do ask questions if she can join back to our session. And thank you, Minu ma'am. I have just seen your name over here. Thank you, Minu ma'am, for joining us.
And then I wanted to listen to this session, so I quickly joined. Sorry for being late. but
It's okay, ma'am.
the talk didn't start yet, is it?
No, no, it's already completed. The question
Okay, okay.
answer session was going
Introduction.
on.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the problem is sister just left because they have the Wi-Fi issues, ma'am.
Correct, correct.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So I'm just checking whether she could able to come back to join the session. Like for the past 2 days, they don't have the Wi-Fi, so we were actually planning to postpone the session, but by this noon they could able to manage this Wi-Fi. But again, I think there is some problems.
Okay, okay.
So let me just check. Yeah.
Yeah. I accidentally came across a UN Environment Program's video, how women adapt to Sudan's water crisis. So I've just shared with you in case it is interesting. You can share with the students also.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. I just saw the link. I will share with the students. No one is actually online from South Sudan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sister was actually explaining the activities, what they are conducting over there. So that
Okay.
is what the major highlight of the session, and
Mm.
how the people from other countries can give our services to the people over there.
Yeah, that is important.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we'll wind up the session because they could able to connect back.
Okay, okay. What was the biggest problem sister said they are facing?
Like they want to improve the skills rather than money. That's what sister just said. Like regarding the education, regarding for the skill training and all. Uh,
Okay.
and the services of doctors, actually so many free surgeries are going on there.
Yeah.
And another thing sister mentioned, like children are died because of this malaria and all, and
Okay.
many doctors are coming to South Sudan to give free surgeries and all.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, that's what she explained. Hanan, if you want to add some more points, please do. Hanan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, yes. If I missed any points, you can add to you can explain to me, no miss.
Ma'am, she actually highlighted about their activities, the place she was volunteering, and what the kids needed more there. So
Okay.
when we asked that what other than money we could do, the main thing she highlighted was skill development itself. Yeah, as
Okay.
Alina was. Yes.
So in that area where sister stays, people do go for higher education and all.
No, ma'am, it actually makes them so hard because they are, in that, that depth of poverty where they are not able to
Yeah,
access
correct.
any of
Correct.
the basic amenities nor education. So she
Yeah,
believes
yeah.
that if we are able to provide skills, develop them in that, then they'll be able to excel in that and do some jobs related to that, work a job or
Actually,
education.
I was just seeing that video that I shared with Alina Miss. There is a severe water crisis also. I mean, it is Sudan is reeling under climate change issues.
Yes. Yes.
So, and people travel 5 kilometers for collecting water even today, something which is unimaginable for us. So it's
Yes,
really
ma'am.
sad.
Yes.
I was wondering how we could help them.
Uh, Also, the main thing she told was to make like the country a peaceful one. Like that is what we can work towards. Because if a nation is peaceful, then that is the main criteria for making a poverty-free world.
Right.
Also, she highlighted about the rich sharing their resources with the poor. Oh, that. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so I got a message. They are having a very low bandwidth. They couldn't able to connect back. So I think we'll wind up the session then.
Yeah.
Definitely, I will.
Yeah, sure, Alina ma'am. Should we
Definitely.
move forward with a vote of thanks because in her
Yes,
absence?
yes. And I would like to mention one more name over there, Miss Jinto. Through him, I could able to connect with Sister Gracie. Actually, he is also working with Sister Gracie in her NGO. Yeah, that's it. So they are also feeling really bad to we couldn't able to wind up the session properly. So that's because of this is what the result of the poverty we can see it. Yeah. Will wind up the session. There is no hope to they won't able to join back. Yes, you can proceed.
Okay,
Thank
ma'am. So,
thank you, Alina, for organizing such an event.
I'll call the students for vote of thanks, ma'am.
yes, please continue. I think Priyam is having network issues.
Yes, ma'am.
Can move on with the water. Yeah.
Okay, so in Sister Gracie Adicharil's absence, we should definitely thank her for his insightful session. So I call upon Aisha Mohammed for the vote of thanks.
Good evening to one and all gathered here. On this wonderful evening, I would like to present the word of thanks. I take this golden opportunity to thank the respected chief guest of this function, Sister Gracie Arichariel, Director of Mary Health Association, for attending this function in our busy schedule. I just want to thank you, sister, for doing what you do to enrich the life of others, make other people's life better, and going out of your way to help people. What you do is such a good thing, and we need more people like you. Thank you so much, sister. Next, I would like to extend my gratitude to the respected head of the department, Ms. Alina Joy, for making this day possible, but also for encouraging us to achieve many endeavors. Thank you, ma'am. It is my pleasure to thank Ms. Shreya Suresh, faculty of HRM, and our beloved tutor for the welcome speech. Thank you, ma'am. I thank Ms. Amrin of Second DC HRM for the beautiful prayer. Thank you, Amrin. Last but not the least, I thank my fellow students for enthusiastically participating for the session. Without you, the session would not be a success. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Aisha, for your words. I would also like to thank Minu ma'am for joining our session. She has become like a regular spectator for us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're organizing such nice programs that I can't. I mean, I cannot.
Thank you,
Nice
ma'am.
of that.
A pleasure.
Congrats, congrats. Thank you.
Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good night.